Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So we've got an unboxing for you. Sorry, no demo and review today. We got to figure this thing out first. So this is the Boss Ve-2 Vocal Harmonist. So if you need to add harmony and you don't have anybody for that, well, you can add your own harmonies in and even change things up and down octaves. So let's get into this thing. So we do have a user manual, and it does come with 4 AA batteries. It'll also work off of a pedal power supply, 9-volt power supply. Okay. They say to use the Boss PS whatever, but it's kind of like any power supply will work as long as it's for a pedal and the polarity is correct and it's 9 volts. You're good. So it runs 9-volt power supply or 4 AA batteries on the back. Now on the back of the unit we have guitar in, we have a through port, we have mic in, which is XLR. We have an XLR out, mic sensitivity, so you can control your gain on that. Headphone and line out, which is an 1/8 inch jack. Phantom power if you're using mics that require phantom power. And you can use phantom power on battery power too, which is kind of cool. It has a ground lift for normal and lifting it. Of course, the power supply connector, USB connection for interfacing to your computer. It also has variation memory, which I'm suspecting is for a foot switch if I remember right from the videos I watched. On and off switch. Now on the top, of course, you get your pedal button with different stages, and different color LEDs will light up based upon what they do, which we'll get into a little bit of that. You have auto harmonist. Now what that does is you play your guitar or your instrument that you've got plugged into this, and it senses the key that you're playing in automatically, so you don't have to, oh, what key am I in? Am I in A sharp, B, C? You don't have to, but if you want to manually select the key that you're in, you can do that. Otherwise, when you turn the power on, it's already on automatic, so it's already lit up, so it'll automatically sense, which is kind of cool. I like that idea. Memory function, of course, you can store up to 3 different presets. Variation button. You can change your octaves down or up, and you have unison, which means no effect will take place. But your harmonist side, or your secondary self, can go up and down a couple octaves. Balance control, so you can balance out your harmonies or have more harmony and less of your regular voice, or you can have more of your regular voice type of deal. And of course the enhance button. You also have echo section, which is reverb, delay, and echo, or a straight delay, and you just rotate the dial to how much of that effect that you want. And they are really nice feeling controls. They're kind of like stiff the way they should be. They're not sloppy and loose connections or pots. They're really nice, very smooth. So that's the basics. It tells you right on the front panel what every jack is for anyway. Tells you, guitar in, mic sensitivity with a peak. So as long as you're in the green, and when you're peaking, you're good. If you go into the red, that's distortion or clipping, which is bad. So you want to make sure that your mic is dialed in, and that's what the variable control in the back is for. It's kind of like gain control. Okay. Phone and line out, XLR out, USB, and variation memory. So it's all labeled across the front. Now it is a metal casing, which is nice. The bottom half of this is plastic, but the top half is metal, so it's going to be pretty rugged and durable, so you can do gigs with this thing and not have to worry about killing the thing, so it's not cheaply built, so that's good. And it is Boss after all. I mean, Boss does make some great stuff. Now I got this at Long and McQuaid today. This is actually my my birthday present for my 50th, a couple of months early actually. But anyways, yes, I'm about to hit the big 5-0. Anyway, so we thought, well, for my 50th, we need something special. I tried for a Gretsch guitar or the Taylor Koa, but my wife said no. So I'm going to have to buy those myself, which is fine. But she did want to get me something really nice nonetheless, and this is what I picked out because I really wanted something like this to add into my music, and I think harmony is really cool as it is. I've done a harmony type video before, and what that involves is I cut my main track, which I always do, everything in one track. I preset my mix with the headsets, then I record one track, do my fade in, fade out, boom, I'm done, right? Saves me a lot of steps. Well, to harmonize that, you actually have to duplicate the clip, right? And that creates its own problems because if I wanted to raise or lower the octaves of my voice, I wouldn't be able to. So the only way to do that would be to separately sing along with the song and make sure I'm getting the exact precise timing right dead nailed on, because you have to be like right perfect. Then I could edit the level of octaves afterwards. And that is a lot of work to try and do that and get it dead perfect. So this saves all that crap, all that fuss, all that over and over stuff. You get this thing dialed in, you start doing your song, do it a couple of times, and okay, that's the way I like it, or no, I need a little bit more of this reverb, and I want a little bit more of this and that, and then boom, cut it, get it done, you're finished. And you already pre-select either leaving your vocals at the same and just having it harmonize, or you can go up and down octaves to actually alter your voice to definitely make it sound like two different people altogether, which is great. So this saves a lot of extra work and fussing around with programs. And like I said, the way I do things, I like to preset the mix up to balance it out. Then I'll cut my track, and then I'm done. So I don't do everything in all separate tracks because I don't need to do that, right? And I didn't want to go through the frustration of trying to work out a separate harmony track, because that'd be, like I said, a pain, because you have to have your vocals dead on, right? So this is going to take away all those problems, and so hopefully this works out really good. I watched a lot of videos on this pedal, and guys, there's a lot of videos out there, and a lot of them, honestly, they sucked. Out of all the videos I saw, one was really good, and believe me, it was not from Boss, because Boss's video really did suck big. I was very disappointed in theirs. Anderton's Music did one. Really, I was not happy with that because I could barely even hear the differences with the girls singing, and it's kind of like, I really want to hear those differences. I want to know what this is like. So there was this one video I saw of a girl, and she was playing guitar and singing along, and you could hear the difference, and it's like, that's the sort of thing I'm after. That's what I really like. And there was maybe a couple other videos that weren't too bad from other places, where, you could hear it, but it was kind of like, not quite enough. I really want to know more. And so anyways, I'm going to play with this thing after I figure it out myself. It's really not that hard, especially when you're on the auto mode for the pitch. You play your instrument, or your guitar in this case, but it could be a different instrument that plugs in. And it chooses the key. It senses the key you're playing in, so you don't have to manually turn the dial, but this dial is there for those who want to just set the key and say, okay, I'm in the key of A, type of thing, or I'm in C sharp or whatever, but having it just automatically do it will match it perfectly to your vocals and your harmony, which is what you want, right? So, and for the amount of money, $230 Canadian, these things just went up to $269 Canadian. I actually got lucky because this was the last one on the shelf at Long McQuaid North Bay, and it still had the $229 price tag on it, so they gave it to me for $229. Had I had to order one in, I'd be paying $269, because the prices just went up on these things, and pretty much probably everything. I don't know why such a huge increase though, but I don't know. It's Canada, I guess. Who knows? But I do like the layout of it. I like, you get the variation, the enhance, 3 different memories. It has pitch correction, which is good. It's all automated, which is really crazy. It's very simplistic in design and very well built. The color, well, I'm not a really fussy person as far as the color red goes, but I think it's still a good color for it, and it's something unique and different because it's a nice, kind of like a metallic-y red, like I wish Boss would do something more with their pedals to change them up more, they do multiple colors, but they need to kind of get away from that old school thing and get into the more poppier, jazzier colors and stuff. And I guess this is a good attempt at it anyways for the competitors. And just as a little FYI, if you're looking into something like this and you don't need all the extra bells and whistles, I think this is probably going to be our best bet. They do have the Boss VE 20, I believe it is, if I remember right. Anyways, it was the next level up from this. More money, of course, but more toys. I didn't need all those toys. The one drawback I found with that pedal, which everybody mentioned, including the manual, was the fact that with the other one, it doesn't auto sense the key you're in. You have to tell it what key you're in. And it's like, that's a real pain in the neck. I'd rather have the thing automated so that it knows what I'm doing, you know. That's the best way to me, you know, because then you can't go wrong, you know what I mean? So this saves a lot of complexity and makes it very simple too. And like I said, if you don't need all the extra bells and whistles anyhow, this I think is going to be like the ultimate thing, which we will find out, because I'm going to give it a day or two, do some testing, and then I will cut a demo and review video for you guys to let you know. Also show you how I have it hooked into my setup at the same time. So anyways, in the meantime, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for more on this Boss VE2. Catch you later. Ciao.